Here's a sign of potential trouble. Reports suggest that payments giant Stripe may be looking to raise $2 billion at a valuation of $55 billion to $60 billion, which would be considered a down round for the company. The move comes after several months of struggles for Stripe, including layoffs and multiple cuts in internal valuation, and most recently, an external one. Could this be real signs of trouble for the payment company? Maybe. Let's get into it. Here we go. It's kind of with a sense of deja vu that we dive into this one, because in 2021, the payments giant Stripe made headlines when it raised $600 million when it had a $95 billion valuation, making it the most highly valued privately held startup at the time. However, it now appears that defending that valuation may be quite the challenge for this financial tech company. According to the Wall Street Journal, recently, Stripe has reportedly approached investors about raising even more capital, at least $2 billion. Again, it's at a valuation of $55 to $60 billion. The reason for this move is not clear, not at all. But it said that the money would not be used for operating expenses, but rather to cover a large annual tax bill. Seemingly that's associated with the employee stock units. So Stripe is not willing to comment on this right now. In fact, in several locations, I found a very terse no comment response for many articles on the subject. This news comes on the same day that Stripe reportedly told its employees that it set up a 12-month deadline for itself to actually go public or pursue a transaction on the private market, meaning sell out to somebody. Stripe's seen a lot of challenges recently. In fact, in November, the company laid off about 14% of its staff. That was 1,120 people. It was done rather quietly, so quietly, in fact, I don't think I reported it. I don't even remember seeing it. So it was probably some very stealthy Friday afternoon or evening news. Of course, the claims of the company are that they simply overhired. They had too many positions filled and positions that weren't necessary, similar to what Elon Musk found out when he eliminated a substantial portion of the folks at Twitter. One of the other issues in play here is that Stripe has actually slashed its internal valuation many times over the past year, I guess purposefully. On the valuation front, specifically, TechCrunch recently reported that Stripe cut its internal valuation to $63 billion, which was an 11% cut from the $74 billion valuation they gave itself 6 months prior. That's a substantial change. In fact, raising more capital at a $55 to $60 billion valuation, you're looking at something that is considered a down round for the company. Stripe would hardly be the first large financial technical company to do that. You've seen European companies like BNPL, which is buy now, pay later, basically taking money and reinforcing their valuation before. I guess Klarna raised $800 million at a valuation of $6.7 billion. Again, not quite as large as what Stripe's doing, but something notable. Also worth noting is that Klarna had an 85% drop in valuation in June of 2021. That's banana. Despite the challenges, Stripe is still considered a strong financial company. In 2021, Forbes reported that the company had gross revenues of about $12 billion and was profitable as far as EBITDA was concerned. Stripe's products, in the company's own words, power payments for online and in-person retailers. And it's true. So they handle subscriptions for businesses, software platforms, and marketplaces, and heck, probably even comic book. However, Stripe has not publicly revealed any revenue numbers since 2021. We're in 2023. I think I'm a little concerned. And again, I'll point out, Stripe's not alone in some of its struggles. You have a lot of financial technical startups that are hitting a lot of road bumps. Decacorn Plaid laid off 260 employees, or about 20% of its workforce, because again, hiring too many people ahead of projected growth, not a good plan. You had, in fact, a reasonably public spat between the two companies, Plaid and Stripe, despite being partners, which is kind of odd. Over its entire lifetime, Stripe has raised about $2.2 billion in funding since its inception, going to large level investors such as Alliance. But this particular round of funding does seem to leave a lot of people concerned. Is this a sign that the financial tech market is starting to retract? Do you think Stripe is a little overextended at the moment, and hence the cut in valuation and another funding cycle? Do you think that Stripe is facing the same thing as everyone else is right now, a level of financial uncertainty in what is quite clearly a recession? Or do you think that this is merely a temporary downturn, despite the fact that we haven't seen financials in over a year? Good questions all. Feel free to answer them down below in the comments section. Or, if you'd rather just say hi, type hello and hit send. It always helps. With that being said, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it is good hygiene. And until next time, bye. And don't forget to check out my Rumble at rumble.com/CultureCasino.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.